this is an overgeneralization, but it is the bottom line, okay? When you look at the data, and the data is clear on this, when you look at the data of the negative effects that of what we eat on our health, I don't care if it's sugar, I don't care if it's seed oils, inflammatory fats, I don't care what it is. When you eat below what you burn, almost all of those negative effects go away. Now, I'm not saying that they're innocuous. Obviously, they affect your behaviors. They make you want to overeat, craving, all that stuff. There's other effects, so I'm oversimplifying here. But if you can burn more calories than you can consume, I can't think of a better way to buffer yourself against what we're dealing with out in the real world, including your body's ability to detoxify from all of the interesting and strange chemicals that we're constantly being exposed to. So then that begs a question, okay, do we just move a ton more? No, that's actually a terrible way to try to burn more calories. We have incredible studies showing that if you just try to move more, your body adapts in pretty interesting ways. One of them is to pare muscle down and make you more efficient calorie preserving machine. You just got to build muscle. Yeah. If you build muscle, you speed up. Like right now, if I had to solve the health epidemic right now with one thing that I could do, if I could snap my fingers and boost everybody's metabolism, I would solve a lot of the problems through muscle.
Yes.
That's what I try to say, because I think people get that. Why do they get that? Because it's still connected to obesity, right? We're so fixated on the obese aspect. So it's like, okay, fine. You want to be lean, speed up your metabolism. How do I do that? Build muscle. That tends to sell the message a little bit more.
Back to Justin's point, though, I really do think that we need all the doctors on the right side in this one, because I remember this was a long time ago on the podcast. One of the most controversial things I ever said was, when I get a client, or would get a client back in the days, that needed to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds, I always added to their diet before I ever took away. And that was like, what? That's not the law of thermodynamics. That's not how, why would you ever do that? I said, well, when you assess someone's diet that was overweight like that, many times they were lacking in nutrients, over consuming all the bad ones. And so instead of me going from that point and like restricting, I focused on adding foods in their diet. Also did a psychological thing for them. It's like, I'm not telling them they can't have something. I go, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go target this, and it would and then I would focus on strength training and tell them, listen, we actually don't want to see the scale move right now. In fact, if it goes up 1 or 2 pounds, I don't care. Our goal right now is to get stronger in the gym, add these foods I'm telling you into your diet. Everything else I'm not worried about. And they would just look at you crazy. But what you would do is slowly over time start to speed that metabolism up. And then they were eating more food than they ever did. Then I'd bring them back down to the calorie intake they were doing, and they would just drop.
Come off the body. And that is a much more appropriate, proactive messaging. Right now, we are so focused on what we have to lose. Yeah. Everything is about loss. What do you have to lose? If we can flip the conversation to, it's all about what you have to gain. It's all about what you have to gain, whether it's skeletal muscle, whether it's adding dietary protein, whether it's who you have to become to impart these disciplines, the resiliency and the capacity that you earn by building muscle. I think that we would absolutely empower our society 10x.